Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I meant to have a startup screen, but instead I went straight to it. Now I gotta dick around and try to find the link, etc. etc. Un momento, por favor. Let me turn the volume down too. Here we go. Let's go ahead and share this over here. Let's go ahead and share it. I'm just clickbaiting the shit out of people right now. Come on down. Come on down to Glizzy Town. Shoot. I don't even know what's going on. Where's the chat? Does the chat show up here? I don't usually stream through this. This is just what I record videos on. Maybe I can just pull up the stream and see the chat. Does the chat show up here? Just mute myself. I know there used to be a way to pull up the chat, and I have no idea how currently. YouTube Live control panel. Okay. Guess I don't know my password then, huh? Oh, because it's in caps. Fucking idiot. Okay, I think it's officially set up now. I didn't mean to go live initially. That is true, Chris. I am what some may call Simple Jack. Simple Jack. Okay. For all, you know, two of you out there, 3, 4, etc. Maybe people will roll in. I posted a funny little picture today here in the Chicago area. Jack Daniel's Coy Hill single barrel special release. Mine specifically 129.7 proof. Looks like it was bottled on 8/8/24 and went into the barrel September 4th, 2013. So it is 10, almost 11 year bourbon, at least how I'm reading it. I'm not a smart man. Can't confirm that. Anyway, had a little pour as soon as I got home. Enjoyed it. Figured I'd just have another little scotch and give it a try too. I don't have a Jack Daniel's private barrel or a single barrel strength bourbon currently. The last one I had was like 131 proof, and I drank it. I do have 2 ryes. I figured it wouldn't be fair to compare a rye. Did recently just get the Jack Daniel's 12 year, which is significantly lower proof, 107 proof, batch 2. I just cracked this one last night too. It's actually very, very good. I figured I would do them kind of side by side, even though they're not a 1-to-1 comparison, but one is 10, almost 11 years old. One is 12 years old, but not barrel proof. I thought I'd kind of try them side by side, give you an idea of my thoughts. Hope you guys are having a good Friday night. Hope you had a good week. Hope you had a good summer. I've not been very active because I've been busy smoking a bunch of cigars, trying to get emphysema, all that stuff. Enjoying the nice weather, being outside. Hope you guys have as well. Let's do it. Okay. A little bit of the JD Coy Hill. Should have poured these next to the mic for ASMR. Or ass to mouth, as I like to call it. This is just here for show. This is my shameless plug for the special release from last year, the JD Heritage Barrel Rye, twice barreled rye. This thing's fucking excellent. 100 proof, drinks like candy. If you've not tried it, I strongly encourage you to. But you can't have any of mine because it's almost gone, and I've only got one more backup. All right, so we've got Jack Daniel's Coy Hill 2024, 129.7 proof. Probably not looking great through the camera, but it's dark. Nice dark, like a dark amber. The Jack Daniel's 12, also relatively dark. They're honestly pretty close, but you're talking almost 11-year versus 12-year whiskey. So that's kind of to be expected, to have that darker color. Touching grass, exactly. All right, nose. Nose on the Coy Hill. You've got your classic Jack Daniel's kind of peanutty. It's almost like wet hay kind of smell. I don't know how to describe it, but that's kind of what I think of, like a barn, in a good way, because I'm from the sticks. But it's nice. It's got something that tastes, or it smells like a little deeper, a little richer, Little Richard. But it smells real nice. When I initially cracked it and smelled it, it's good. At least on the nose. I didn't love it on the first couple smells. To me, it smelled kind of like just like a normal standard barrel proof offering. But as I sipped through and I had one little small like ounce pour or whatever, but it was nice. And then it started to smell a lot nicer. It was also my first pour of the night. So when you jump straight into 129 proof, it kind of gets you a little bit. The JD 12, certainly not as proofy, but that's pretty obvious. 129 versus 108, 107. So this one certainly has kind of that more lighter. It still has kind of the same Jack Daniel characteristic, but on a lighter scale, and smells a little more like there's a little more vanilla smell in there to me on the 12. So let's take a sip of the 12 as baseline, since this is batch 2. I think even batch 3 is out. Most people that like Jack Daniels have tried these. The 12 is very, very good. It's got your typical Jack Daniels flavor profile. I mean, it's nothing unexpected from what you want from Jack Daniels. Nice oak influence. Nice finish. Lasts a little bit. I will say on the first sip of this bad boy earlier, the finish was like the bomb. I've had a couple, or maybe at least one, of the Coy Hills previously that was very good. A couple buddies have some. I've tried one with Brad. That one was very good, I think, but I don't remember if I tried it or not because I drank a lot that night. So not sure. But I know the last time we did a big share, I did have, thank you, Marco, to a big, I think it was like a hazmat or damn near hazmat, like 138, 139, 140, somewhere around there. But that one was very good. Did have it at the end of the night, so I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I could have an hour or two before that. But it was also very, very good. So, but the 12, very nice. Typical Jack Daniels profile with a nice, like I said, very kind of vanilla, caramely kind of thing. The Coy Hill, certainly proof is a bit higher. Yeah, it turned you. It turned you from being, Kentucky into a little bit of a Tennessee fan, Chris. Yeah, this one certainly, there's just more to it. There's obviously more proof. You can just smell there's more like depth to it than the 12, which the 12 is very good. Don't get me wrong. Come on down, John. It's open. It's open and will be on the table. You better believe it, as well as everything on back there. I'm not bringing that all on the table, though. That's a little insane. Yeah, this one smells very nice. I'm not sure if you guys can see the old leggy legs on that, but some real nice legs. And yeah, that's very good. Without thinking about it too hard, that's very good. It's like the typical Jack Daniels profile, or like the profile you get in the single barrel strength, like the gold label ones. But just there's just something extra to it where it's got a little bit of almost like a more sweet flavor, a little bit more, I don't know. I'm not good at descriptors. If you've never watched me before, I'm sorry to let you down. I'm pretty much Hodor when it comes to coming up with tasting notes or the complexity of my reviews. So I'll just simply tell you, this is very good. It tastes like Jack Daniels, just a better version of Jack Daniels. That is a very nice proof. It certainly does not drink 129 proof, I'll tell you that. We're just going to go straight back into a second sip. Because it's Friday night, brother. Oh, yeah. Snap into a Coy Hill. I hope that was good. Yep. Is it the best whiskey I've ever had? Not even close. Is it a very good whiskey and one of the better whiskeys I've had from this year? Yeah, I would say probably top 10. Very good. If you can get one at retail, absolutely. If you're trying to pay, thanks, John. If you're trying to pay 500 plus for this, not worth it. I don't think so. But I'm also on the record as being not fond of the secondary prices of a lot of things. That's not to say I don't think it's a necessary evil. At least if you want to access certain things without playing the fucking games all day of buying thousands and thousands of dollars of bullshit you don't want. But it's a very good pour. I think if you could get it for retail or, even up to maybe $200, somewhere around there, I think it's a very good pour. However, I think you can get 80% of the enjoyment from this, from one of the on the shelf bourbons, the barrel strength single barrels, or whatever they're called, single barrel strength, like the gold labels you see everywhere, just sitting on the shelves. Don't get me wrong, this is very good. There's more to it. This is also a fresh crack. Keep that in mind, fresh crack. So it has not really had time to open up, air out, etc. But I'm pretty happy with it. I think I paid $99 plus tax, so it was $107 out the door, which is retail. I enjoy it. Very good. Let's have this again for comparison. The nose, it's hard to compare the two because obviously there's like a 20-point difference in proof. But this is definitely nice. The 12 is very good too. It doesn't really hold up to here. So not necessarily a rating, etc. This is very good. This is better. So like I said, this is very solid. This one is lower proof, so I think it's a little unfair to compare these two directly. And to be clear, that wasn't my intention of this. It's just to kind of have a baseline of a premium Jack Daniel's offering versus another premium Jack Daniel's offering. But the JD12 is great. That's like a good, first, second, third pour of the night kind of thing. I think it would get a little lost later in the night just because of the proof difference. But this could hold up. 129.7 proof. So got this from my local spot. Relationship. They only got 2 bottles total. Thank you to some random patron out there who gave me a little info. No, I mean, I would never do that. But yeah, these are very good. I'm going to have a little pour of this too because it's delicious. So I don't think this is age stated. Oh, no, it is. Well, kind of. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm sorry. So, first barrel entry. So this is the Jack Daniel's, twice barreled special release Heritage Barrel Rye from 2023. 100 proof. It's excellent. I absolutely love it. This is probably my favorite under the radar pour of last year. But barrel entry 313.15, and then the second barrel, because it is a double barrel, or like it was twice barreled, I should say, 11/18/20, and then it was bottled 7/10/23. So then the math on that is, I don't know, because I am a fucking idiot, but it looks like roughly, carry the 6 times 3 to the third power. I think it's about 8 years, give or take. Somebody else can do the math on that. I'm not going to think about it too hard on the spot. I get enough shit for being an idiot. But this one is very good. This is, like I said, probably my favorite under the radar pour of 2023. I didn't even know it was coming out. Randomly got offered to me. And I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. Got one at my local place. Got one at a local Jewel that never gets anything. It just smells like candy. So there's like a hint of the Jack Daniel's profile in this, but for someone who doesn't necessarily like Jack Daniel's or who doesn't necessarily even like rye, I don't know what the mash bill on this is. I've never looked too far into it, but man, this one, whew, it's so good. Definitely has a rye. It is a rye, obviously, but it tastes like fucking candy. It's so good. What in the fuck is going on? Okay then. Jay, I don't know if you're watching, but I just saw your message from NEBC. And I don't know what's happening there, but I would like to know the context of why I'm seeing some flappy beef curtains just looking right at me. No idea. Anyway, I'll try to cut it short here. I'm not going to stay on all night, although I'm going to continue drinking for most of the night. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. The too long didn't watch is Jack Daniel's 12. Very good. Lower proof. I think it's a great pour. I think if you can get it... Actually, I think even like the secondary or trade value on it is like 150-ish. Well worth it. That's a great bottle. I got that in combo with a Nashville Barrel Company 11-year rye, double gold Samson or something like that. I've heard multiple people say it's excellent, but I did not open it yet. I will soon, but I have a lot of stuff open, so I'm trying to work through some of those. But I got in a combo with this because I had this a couple times. I think batch 1 and batch 2, but it's really good to pour. My first time ever owning one of these. Very good. This is my second bottle, and I do have one backup left. But anyway, if you're not into Jack Daniels, then you're missing out. Jack Daniels kind of more limited releases, or even just their on-the-shelf single barrel barrel strength stuff, like the rye. I've got 2 ryes, if you can see them down here. So I've got just a random rye that's like 130... 133.9 proof. Don't remember where I picked this up. A local place, I think. But damn, this one is very good. And then I have this one, which is from... if you're not familiar, there's a lot of picks that'll be end ALZ. So it's a charity group for like ending Alzheimer's. As you can see here, I have no affiliation with this group at all, but I do like their cause. My grandfather died of Alzheimer's, so it's a cool thing. This was through Rarebird 101, which is a kind of Patreon/Discord group. But I got this one. This is technically a Coy Hill aged single barrel rye from Jack Daniel's. This one's 130.2 proof. I have yet to open this one, just once again, because I have a lot of open bottles. But I've heard that one's very good. And like I said, if that's kind of like a pick from a group I enjoy or generally align with versus just kind of a random on-the-shelf Jack Daniel's single barrel rye, 133.9 proof, then chances are I'm probably really going to like that one too. Anyway, I'm rambling like I always do. Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, 129.7 proof, almost 11-year bourbon from 2024. Very good pour. I would have to give it a 8.3. 8.3 to 8.5 without thinking about it too hard. Very good pour. One of the better pours I've had from 2024. But, like I said, I think you're getting 80%, 70 to 80% of the experience from just a normal single barrel strength bourbon that's on the shelf with the gold label. I wish I had one to compare against tonight so I could prove that theory. But I don't, because I already drank it. Anyway, very good. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like the stream, watch my other videos, comment on them, tell me what you want me to review next. Now that it's starting to get into the fall season, spooky season, cold season, I'm going to be reviewing more whiskeys and barrel-aged beers, which is what I initially started doing about a year ago, was barrel-aged beers, which was kind of my thing. I know more about barrel-aged beers than I do about whiskey. Whiskey has been something I've learned as I go. Let me rephrase. Bourbon. Scotch, which I've got a nice little collection of Scotch down here. And you see the redbreast. I know somebody's going to say, oh, it's not Scotch, it's Irish whiskey. Okay, Scotch plus one Irish whiskey. But that's where I started. That's where I dipped my toes, was Scotch to start. And then I got into the bourbon game, and I regret it because I spent a lot of money on it. And it's silly. But I will say it's very good. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you for tuning in. Watch my other videos. Have a great weekend. And me love you long time. Peace.